I like my food local, wanna know where my cows have been. I like my food local, wanna know my fish swam up a stream. I like my food local, wanna know
Hi, my name is Hans-Peter Meyer, and today I'm talking to one of this year's Flavour participants, Kathy Jerritt from Tria Culinary. Kathy and I have spoken several times about food on video. This time we're going to check in on what's changed. So it was about a year ago when we talked, Kathy. It's summertime, lots of good food happening, lots of people getting married. What's the state of your business?
The state is very busy. Yes, yeah. It's wedding season. It's full wedding season. So I think we've done 22 weddings. I think we have 16 left. So it's busy. It's grown. Nothing like this last year. So the catering business has grown.
So there's lots of caterers in town, lots of good caterers. Why do you think you guys are so busy?
I think that we offer. There's all the caterers in town are fantastic. We always have to be able to qualify that. I think one of the reasons that we're busy is because we offer a lot of services outside of the catering. So we do venture a little bit into the event planning, very service oriented. We'll try to make anything happen for anyone. That's very important to me that our customers and clients feel like that we're going above and beyond for them. Mm-hmm. So, I think that might be one of the reasons. The other thing is that we offer some different menus. We offer some unique menus. I really try to steer people away from the sort of traditional buffets. I'm not a lover of buffets to begin with. Mm-hmm. I'm not a lover of chafing dishes. So, anything that I can do to actually make our buffets a little bit different, I will do. So, we really spend a lot of time educating our clients about why it is that we don't do certain things, why it is we're trying to steer them into this direction, why we tend to go with certain things in certain seasons, why we won't use green beans in January. So I think a lot of those things, the time that goes into educating people about that is maybe.
Mm-hmm. and people are happy with that. Obviously, that's why you're so busy. So, you described a situation. I guess this goes back to what's really important to me. The more that I eat, but it's actually the more that I eat the food that other people cook, the more I realize the quality of ingredients, and that keeps coming back to local food. So, can you talk a bit about that?
Well, I think that we're in a lucky position that sometimes people don't have a choice. We throw things at them and they don't really have a choice. And I don't mean that in we're trying to take control and force this down their throat. I think that people don't realize when they order a green salad what we're going to give them. Mm-hmm. If they don't specify, we want romaine lettuce, I'm going to take some liberties there, and I'm going to throw some things their way that maybe they don't expect. And we were talking earlier how just about greens and about things like that, and I keep harping on greens in particular, but it's that one item that people are always continually surprised about. In a buffet of 200 people, when we have a green salad, people always come up and go, that green salad was amazing. And it's because the greens are so fresh and they're so good and they hold a dressing well, and people just don't really always get the difference. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to be in a position where, for one, people trust us enough to let us take those liberties, for one, and for two, they're willing to try it, and they're willing to experience it, which is, we're pretty lucky to be able to do that, because we don't really compromise on that. We have to compromise a lot with catering, with some of the numbers that we do. There are times where we're prepping for over 1,000 people in a weekend, and the farms can't actually support a lot of that. Mm-hmm. Drives them crazy when I phone and say, "Can I get 20 pounds of greens next week?" They can't always meet that need. So, you have to compromise to a certain degree in certain situations. But as much as we can, we really try to bring those local growers in, and I think that might be one of the reasons is we'll pay the price point for it, and I'll pay the price point for it because I have a really hard time venturing away from it.
Why would you have a hard time venturing away from it?
Because the quality of greens that you're going to get from California is it's just so lacking in comparison.
But they're just leafy, limp green things, right? No?
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, from California, yeah, sure, yeah.
But I mean, they all leaf?
No, Hans Peter Meyer, no. No, I mean, if you talk to Carmen at Eatmore or Ange at Eatmore, Jerry from Pattison, Moss, Arzina, all of those people, I mean, their blends of greens are outrageous. I mean, you can eat them without anything on them. They've got so many different varieties in there that have such different textures and flavors that, you know, when you go back to the California spring mix, sorry, California, you'd make some great things. But when you go back to the spring mix, it's just so limp and often slimy, and its shelf life is so low. And that's one of the things that's always really interesting is, you know, greens are on first glance, greens are expensive. They're $12 a pound. That's how much you will pay for local greens. Well, a pound of greens is this much. You know, a pound of, and an ounce of greens is a serving, and there's 16 ounces in a pound. So you're going to serve 16 people a pound of greens for $12. Yeah, Earthbound Organics, you're going to go in and you're going to buy a 10-ounce little package for $4.99 or $5.99, and it's not going to feed. It's not going to feed that many people. So, you know, that's really nice to be in the position where we can sort of educate people about that. And even when we don't have the price point on a job, I'll just pay for it because I just can't bear to, you know, when we don't have to, and it's March and maybe the local growers don't have what we're looking for. You know, I mean, that's when you have to compromise a little bit. People want greens. We can't always do exactly what we want to do. Sometimes it's about the customer.
And
always about the customer.
So speaking of customers, is one of the things you talked about. One of the reasons you wanted to be at Flavour was just that customer contact. So you weren't at Flavour last year because you were doing a food trip in Portland. But why did you choose to be part of it this year?
Well, I mean, it's such a brilliant idea. It's so well organized. You know, it's that opportunity for all of the producers and suppliers and growers and chefs and everybody to come out and really shine. And it gives the community something to rally behind. It gives people something to be proud of. I mean, what a community we live in with all of these people participating. I think it really gives people a chance to see what is here, really see what is here. And for me personally, like you said, I don't get to be out with customers as much as I used to be. We don't get to the farmers market the way we used to because we've always got weddings on Saturdays, and so that the farmers market for me was always that point of contact with the customers that I don't get anymore or as much. So, you know, any event like events like Flavors or opportunities like this, I think give everybody, you know, from every place that opportunity to really stand back and talk. And explain, you know, this is what we do, this is why we do it, this is how we do it, this is where you can find us, hear feedback, give feedback, and that's such an important thing for these types of events. So
okay, yeah. So to my mind, I think we've got a great, and if you're from outside of the Comox Valley, come visit us. We've got lots of good food to eat. Flavour is only one of a number of places and events that you can taste what's going on here. And you were talking about something that you're doing, which I really like, about how you're expanding your business too. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah. Well, we have two very distinctly different catering seasons. We have our May to September, which is weddings. It's wedding palooza. And then we have our shoulder season, which is, you know, November through February, which is tends to be all community-based events. And so Tria's mandate has always been that we want to be community oriented, and so with organizations like the Seroptimists and Ducks Unlimited, and that's just a few that those are just a few that I can think of. We want to do our best to be able to give them the high quality product that we want to give them, but they're nonprofit organizations, and we'd like to be able to give them as much of a break as we can. So the wedding season really is where we have that opportunity to do what we do and and that's where the company makes its money. And so we're trying to draw in, we're trying to create a package. I'm working a little bit with Leaf Jason right now on this, is to try to create a package that targets people in Victoria and Vancouver and Calgary and Toronto to come here and get married in the summertime and, stay at this hotel. Here's some fabulous photographers, here's some fabulous florists, here's some great places to stay. We wouldn't always recommend other caterers because we want them. But that's kind of what we're trying to do, is to bring people in to experience the valley. And everything that we have here. So.
Well, good luck on that.
Thank you.
It's a goal that I share. I mean, come get married in the Comox Valley. Come here and eat for whatever reason. Have whatever your special event is. Thanks for taking the time this afternoon, Kathy.
Thank you.
And no doubt we'll talk again.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And thank you for watching. I hope to see you at Flavour.
My fish swam up a stream. I like my food local. I know that my hens can roam. I like my food to come from my home.